edenszero is in its final arc. Things are being set up to get together the dream team, the ultimate team, to take down the Edens 1, find Mother, and save every other conceivable universe. This is the endgame here, and we're setting up for the inevitable conclusion. But with how things are seemingly going very well, and from what I've been seeing, we're gonna see chapters going our characters' ways for a little bit till a certain endpoint. And that is where I believe Mashima's going to go farther than he's gone before in terms of shattering us. Because from what we've seen from edenszero so far, things can go very well, and then Mashima can twist it on its head and basically destroy us. This is the finale of a series that's been going on for about 4 or 5 years. I feel like Mashima will want to end it off in a very big manner. And I think he knows what he's doing. But let's hit that intro and get right into what I think is going to happen. So already in edenszero, we are basically going to be setting up for a speed run recruitment drive. We already got Shiki, Rebecca, and Happy together, and we got Witch back. The Universe Zero version of Witch, where nothing bad happened ever. We will not acknowledge anything from Universe 2 and 3. Why? Because nothing bad happened. Okay? Nothing bad happens to Witch. Are we all in agreement? Good. So yeah, Witch doesn't sacrifice herself in this universe, which I'm very thankful for. And the edenszero was on Granbell to begin with, so Elsie is probably not a pirate empress in this universe. Will we recruit her? Maybe. It'll be nice to see Elsie again. But we're gonna go and recruit everybody from the edenszero crew that we saw enter Universe Zero. And man, oh man, if Valkyrie is alive in this universe, which I'm fairly certain she is, due to the fact that if Witch is still alive and kicking, because we're back at the start of the story, and this is somewhat everyone's type of dream universe where nothing really bad truly happens to them, Valkyrie might still be alive. And when we get Homura and Valkyrie together, and Sister and Hermit and all their memories come back, it'd just be the biggest tearjerker. Because Sister and Hermit are basically the last of the OG Shining Stars. They didn't even get to see Valkyrie's final moments. All they saw was her body. Sister and Hermit saw Witch die to protect them. So you can imagine the sheer amount of emotion that those two will have when reuniting with their friends and sisters. That would be something that I teared up when we got Witch's return. I was expecting it, and I teared up from that. So you can only imagine the emotions I'm going to feel when those characters end up meeting the characters that have died in the previous universe. We're going to get Jen, Clean, Laguna again, and their lives are probably going to be a lot better too. Lobelia probably won't have her disease to begin with, and maybe in this universe she and Rebecca were already best friends to begin with. Connor, probably still looking for Rachel, but it won't be anything too dark. So yeah, the whole thing about this is that we're going to recruit everybody that came to Universe Zero. We got Witch and Valkyrie back. We might encounter Elsie if she is in the Sakura Cosmos. If we go to Kaede Cosmos, then we'll probably stop by Lundard. Nothing bad probably happened there, and she and James are probably married or something. Hell, we might even see Xiaomei in this arc, just to basically see what she's doing in Universe Zero for all we know. But we're setting up for the Dream Team. Now, Chapter 223 is probably going to be out by the time this video is out itself, but I saw some spoilers for it, and Rebecca regains her ether gear, and Shiki still has the wormhole powers that he got in Universe 3. So I feel like most of the characters are probably going to be reset to the power levels they were at the beginning of the story, but once they get their memories back, they'll be most likely be able to quickly gain at least their overdrives back. Rebecca had to bathe in the Bath of Edens in order to unlock her ether gear and draw its power. In Universe Zero, she can't time jump, which means they don't get any redos. So we'll see how Caliber works. It'll probably just boost her speed and dexterity. So I'm curious to see where that's going to go. Shiki still has his wormhole powers, so he still has 2 ether gear abilities. So I'm curious to see where all of that's going to lead. But yeah, we're all 3 years in the past. Everyone's basically power levels reset. They might have their different ether gears, maybe overdrives, but their base stats are still going to be most likely where they are from the start of the story when we first meet them. I'm assuming. Things could be entirely different for all I know. But that's what I'm assuming. And that's probably why we needed to get Witch and now Valkyrie back. Because the Edens 1, we have no idea if it followed them to Universe 0. And if it did, it's probably going to start causing mayhem and chaos. They have to find Nox, Rebecca's mother Rachel, in order to find the location to Mother. This final arc is going to be a race to Mother. We might end up seeing characters like Draken Joe, Nero, Shura, and the other Arachnoid Galactica. If they exist in this universe, we might just get a final confrontation first of all these characters battling it out. With the final confrontation going to be against the Edens 1, which I'm sure is going to have some type of humanoid form for Shiki to punch fight. But here's the thing, this is the final arc, as we all know. This is basically going to be like a war arc for edenszero, similar to the Kaede and Aoi Wars. And in each of those arcs, we've had character deaths. And I'm not going to lie, I feel like one of the main reasons that Witch and most likely Valkyrie are going to come back and the characters are probably going to have more idealized lives is because we're going to see other characters bite the dust. Because I'm going to go with the whole paradox theory here. Because a lot of the times when you do time travel, if you mess something up in the past, something is going to affect the future. It could be something very drastic, something relatively minor. We've seen it in edenszero happen before. But since we're back to the beginning of the series with everyone regaining their memories from previous worlds, and we're setting up for the big bad, Mashima is definitely going to set something up to break our hearts. One of the most beloved characters we got is Witch. Now, I don't think he's going to bring back Witch and have her die in the final arc again, because she already died once. If we have her die again, I don't think we're going to have that big of an impact. Which is why, since Witch is back, and we're probably going to get Valkyrie back at this point if things are going by the ideal universe type logic here, the other two Shining Stars are probably going to end up dead, most likely. I don't think we're going to see Pino die because we already had a fake out death with her in the fight against Ziggy. So Pino is probably safe till the end of the series because Pino is one of the OG characters that we saw before everything. But then again, I could be proven wrong, and we could get a much sadder death for Pino, and it's not a fake out. But I honestly do think that Sister could end up dying in this arc. If Witch is alive, I feel like one of the other Shining Stars has to go in this universe to balance things out, to keep the scales even, if you will. And if that's the case, then we might end up seeing Hermit die as well. Because ever since Witch's death, everyone was speculating who the next of the Shining Stars would die in edenszero, until eventually the original Shining Stars were no more, and the current edenszero crew would end up replacing them, becoming the new Shining Stars. So, especially Hermit. I do not want to see Hermit bite it. I don't want to see Hermit die in this series. I love Hermit. But I do really believe that if Mashima is going to bring back and keep Witch alive, and not kill her off again, and even bring back Valkyrie, other characters are going to have to die. It could be the other Shining Stars because we were very attached to them, or we could end up having the other members of the crew end up dying. Wise could have a big epic hurrah. Homura could die. Maybe Shiki and Rebecca will end the series with both of them dying to save everybody else so they can ensure everyone else's future. Jin and Clean could die. Laguna could die. Couchpo can make the greatest sacrifice of all time. Or we'll finally get to see Moscow's forbidden belly button, do not touch button. Is it a nuke? Is it something that could save the universe? Or is it just a running gag? I want to know what this damn thing is. It's bugging me. I really want that button to be addressed at the end of the series. Otherwise, why go through the trouble of continually saying, hey, don't push that button on your stomach? But the whole reason I'm saying this is that Mashima's going to get ready to break our heart. The man's not afraid to mess with our emotions. He can make us laugh. He can make us cry. That's the whole point of his writing style when he gets like this. And the final arc, it just makes sense that he's going to do this. It could be against, it's probably going to end up being against Edens 1. For all we know, the whole thing about Mother needing to save the other universes, to bring Ether back to the other universes, it could end up being like a grand sacrifice for the edenszero crew for other characters. Or they could just die in battle against the new vamped Dark Stars for all we know. I do feel like we're going to get to see the Dark Stars again, because remember, Clown was brought back in the edenszero, because they didn't initially plan to jump back to Edens 1, and Clown was still in the edenszero, so the guy could potentially be in Universe 0 right now to assemble the Dark Stars, and maybe even signal to the Edens 1. But, yeah, all in all, I feel like in this arc, we're definitely going to see some more stuff going on. Characters are going to die for good, because we're in the final world. There's no way Mashima is going to do anything, because there's no time travel to get us out of this. And one last thing I wanted to add is, in this universe, we were teased during the Kaede arc But we're probably going to get the full backstories and origins of the 4 Shining Stars and the 4 Dark Stars and their connections to each other. How they were all most likely human at one point and they were turned into androids because of Ziggy or from some other mysterious reasons. And I hope to see those answers because we were teased with those. Either way, Majma's gonna get ready to destroy our hearts. He's gonna do something big and crazy with this final arc, and I have faith that he is going to deliver in the biggest way possible. But what do you guys think? How do you feel about the final arc so far, and what do you feel about everything going on with the Universe Zero plotline? Do you believe characters are going to die in the end of the series? Who do you think it will be? Do you think Witch is going to survive till the end of the series and some other character will take her place and die? How do you think the final fight is going to play out between the edenszero crew and the Eden's 1 crew? Hell, can we end up seeing an Eden's 1 and edenszero mech fights or something? But yeah, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Let me know your theories. I love talking with you guys, and it's something that I really do want to get these discussions going with. But with all that said and done, I hope you guys enjoyed this little discussion on edenszero. I want to do more of these every few weeks, and I really do enjoy just talking to you guys about edenszero. So if you want to see more, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates on future videos. It really does help, and it shows you guys enjoy the content for edenszero on the channel, and shows you want more. But I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have an awesome day.